All right, I'm going to talk about the supplies that you're going to need for the various stages of constructing this little art journal. First, I want to go over, besides whatever your structure is going to be made out of, I'm going to be demonstrating on a file folder. So you may have decided to use the two pieces that you're going to tape together or what have you. So besides this whatever's going to build your structure, what you're going to need to make the structure is you're going to have a long piece. If you don't want the whole height, you're going to need to trim that down somehow. So you might use scissors and a ruler and a pencil to make your markings and cut your materials down that way. Or you might use, if you have a paper trimmer, this is what I'll be using today, but so you could use something like that to cut your materials down. If you're going to be doing the, where you're taking two items and splicing them together, you're going to need whatever is going to be your join. So you could use masking tape or something like that, or you could use a glue stick and cut strips out of paper and, glue strips of paper to be the join between your two cover pieces if you're using something that you're going to need to splice together. All right, so there's that. And then for the folding, making the actual folds so that your journal will do this nice little folding bit. My middle fold will already be taken care of from my file folder. This was the file folder. So my middle fold is already made, but I did have to go make this first side fold, and then once I folded it over that way, I had to then make another fold so that this little flap could come on top and keep this little art journal closed. So you can absolutely just do it with your finger. That will work fine. If you're working with something thicker, especially like watercolor paper or maybe one of the cardboard boxes, you may need something a little bit sturdier to go and reinforce those folds when you make them. So you might want to have, if you have a bone folder, you could use that. If you don't have a bone folder, but you have an old gift card or credit card, you could use that. You could use the edge of your glue stick. You could use the back of your scissors, right? So all of those things can be used to help reinforce the crease in the structure of your book. So those are the things, simple tools that you'll possibly use depending on how you're going to cut, depending on whether you're splicing two things together, and then something to reinforce your folding. So simple for the book structure itself. In the next video, I will show you what you need to do the painting part on your journal. And then I will have another one where I'll come in and I'll show you what I used for these decorative marks and such. And then I'll do a separate one that talks about these fun little extra doodads that you can add in if you want to. Okay, but I wanted to kind of divvy it up so it's not super overwhelming, to kind of take it in little chunks. This is what you're going to need for the next step. So for creating the structure of the book, I just showed you the materials that you're going to need for the next step. Now I'm going to show you what you're going to need if you're going to paint it. The reason I'm going to go ahead and make these back to back to back like this is I know that there are some of you that want to have everything you're going to possibly need to do the whole book all collected and gathered before you even start. And that's totally great. If you're the type of person that works that way, this will be perfect for you, because I'm going to chunk the individual groupings of supplies into little bite-sized videos. So you'll be able to watch one video after the next, after the next, after the next, and gather all your supplies together. There are also some people that the way that they process information is they want to see the whole big picture first, and then they just want to go do one little piece at a time. So chunking these videos together also works well that way, because if you are a big picture person and you want to see where we're going with all of this, then you'll be able to see little batches of supplies, what you're going to need for the next following steps. But you don't have to gather them all now. You only have to gather what you need for the next step. So that this structure that I'm presenting here also works for people that process information that way, learn information that way. And if you're the type of person that you only want to know the tiny little bit that you need to know next, then what I would tell you is gather what you need to make the structure of your book, the supplies I've just shown you, and skip the rest of the materials videos for now. And then once the book structure is made and you're ready to do painting, you can go back and look at the supplies that are going to be needed for painting. When you have the painting done, then you can go back and you can look at the supplies you're going to need for these decorative art marks. When you have your art marks done, then you can go back and look at the supply list that you're going to need for all these fun little embellishment pieces. All right. So I'm trying to present this in such a way that you get to choose how you're going to process this information. You can watch all the videos now back to back, or you can say, I'm only going to watch what I need, and what I need right now to build the structure of my video is this materials one that we just saw. I'm going to leave the other ones until I'm done building the structure of my journal. So whatever process is right for you, whichever way you learn best, then you choose that path forward.